What's that? What are you doing?
I was listening to the bubbles.
For what reason?
It's kissing my earlobes.
Is it Red Bull?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's 3 cans of Red Bull.
You're going to be up all night. It's not going to give you wings. It's going to give you dragon wings.
No.
3 cans.
No, it'll give me Game of Thrones dragon wings.
That's a little much, but whatever. Sugar-free.
No. You can be the dead dragon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll be the fire dragon.
The White Walker dragon. The blue-eyed dragon. Because I have gorgeous blue eyes. That's why.
I have blue eyes.
Mine are gorgeous blue eyes.
You have gorgeous blue eyes.
There it is. There it is.
I wish I had green eyes.
Why?
Or brown eyes.
Why?
I love brown eyes.
I guess I like any color of eyes.
You like a cat with one eye.
I love messed up animal. Not messed up, sorry. Non-typical animals.
Non-typical.
Yes.
If it's on last legs are no longer.
Yes, that is adorable to me.
And they're on this little skate thing and all,
Because they've been through so much and they're still going strong. I love that.
So what are you going to do? Get a parrot that goes...
Meow. One feather. Just gonna.
It's got the one feather. Hi, Mom.
Salutes you every morning. How cute is that?
Yeah. Let's get the show started.
Let's start it. Season 2.
2. Did I scare myself?
Season 2, episode 1.
Episode S2E1.
Of what? Fiber Hustle.
Fiber Hustle. Welcome back.
And who are you?
My name is Chip.
My name is Aaron.
I love to sew.
I love to knit and crochet because the best knitters have beards.
And you love to watch.
You do. Again, season 2, episode 1.
Fiber Hustle.
We've been gone for a little bit of time. We've been trying to, just catch up on things, work through life.
I was thinking about, it's like I was taking a sabbatical.
I've always had, the show got pretty big for a while, so we had to take a little time away.
My hands are sweaty.
Are you nervous?
I don't know. I guess I am.
He's nervous.
No, I realized that like in the past couple of weeks, I think about sewing all the time, but it's like, I just felt like, I'm feeling so lazy as the weather's changing. And so like now I'm getting a fire under that's why I'm the fire dragon. I'm getting a fire under my belt and I'm back from my sabbatical.
No, I see what you did there as a pun. No, just because we went straight from summer and smoke, from 90-degree weather smoke, 90-degree weather smoke, into 50 degrees and rain, and like we didn't really have that much fall time, but now this week has been gorgeous. But it literally rained and kind of just grows too soon.
It's really been nice when you're at work and where my job is, all the curtains are always drawn because they're worried about privacy. And when people peek out the door or they peek out the windows, it's nice to see people appreciate Mother Nature. And like it has been so golden. The leaves are changing. But we still have bunnies.
There's tons and tons of rabbits.
I don't know what they're going to do this year.
The rabbits?
The rabbits.
They're going to multiply like rabbits.
I know, but where do they go in the winter?
In my yard. I see them all the time.
What are we going to do? Line them up like we're playing chess?
Yes, we should take them out. Like, you know how they did the goats? They moved the goats far away that were on the other mountain, the Olympic Peninsula. I think they put them on that side. I think we need to do that. Sorry, the cat is up to shenanigans.
I can't.
Okay, anyways, yeah.
Seamus
is up to shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
But other than that, last week we went pumpkin picking to Bob's farm, and it rained the whole time we were there.
My 3rd year going.
It is. I've been going with my friend Lori for at least 9 years, and then you decided to join 3 years ago.
Yep.
Every year there's a bunch of people there, then sometimes there's not that many people there, and a bunch of people there for us, and not that many people, and it was fun.
So every year you've gone to different places, but the last 2 years we've gone to Bob's Farms.
Bob's Farms, which is in, gosh, is it Snohomish?
I mean, they have
Snohomish?
the
I think
pumpkin
so.
patch, they have a big corn maze, they have fresh popcorn, fresh donuts, they have apple cannons, they have the kids' pumpkin patch. I didn't see the Great Pumpkin.
I don't think I saw a Great Pumpkin either.
Nope.
So that's -1 for that.
And they had the little daisy-chained little carts that were attached to the tractor, and the guys driving around.
With the kids?
Oh my God, it looked so... Oh,
They were painted like a cow.
Yeah, not the kids. The little carts.
The kids were... Well, some kids might have been painted like cows. I don't know.
They had the hay slide. So, like, there was this big haystack in a barn, and then there was a slide that can go down. One little girl, she had to be like 3, and she just threw her little carpet, her little mesh.
Like a potato sack kind of thing?
Yeah, she just threw it, and then she went
Burlap
down.
sack.
Burlap. You heard it here, folks. What else do they have there?
They had these pickles,
Oh, they have a little farmer's store.
which these are
One of
most
the
amazing pickles
one of the main reasons we go back to this place.
you will have in your entire lifetime if you like hot pickles. Our friend Mercedes went with us this year just because she had the pickles last year. She has no interest in pumpkins or pumpkin picking. She went just to get the pickles. These are Bob's Corn, Pumpkin, and Pumpkin Farm hootin' and hollerin' spicy pickles.
And they're delicious.
They are. And what's weird this year, as Chip and I noticed because we read things for some reason, it says handmade for Bob's Corn and Pumpkin Farm. Last year, they said where they were made, they're all made in a little Amish community in Ohio.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, it's probably Holmes County because that's where most of the Amish lived in Ohio, or in Plain City. That's where I lived next to growing up in Ohio. But it's just weird that they say that. And we got some jalapeno honey mustard, which we have not tried yet.
I want to do those on wings.
That'd be good. This is our second jar of pickles because the
Wait
first
a minute,
ones are... No, it's not empty.
Jeez, oh Pete, I had like 3 little quarters of like, that's all I had.
Well, you need to eat more vegetables.
Pickles?
There were cucumbers at one time. Okay, and we got bear jam.
It's our jam.
It is blackberry, elderberry, apple, red raspberry, which equals bear.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, you didn't get that? Yeah. So blackberry, elderberry, apple, red raspberry, which makes bear jam.
What?
Yeah, we haven't even tried it. We just saw the name and
Elderberry.
had to have it.
Blackberry, elderberry, apple, and red raspberry.
I thought you said elderbear, and I was offended. I'm like, I'm
No,
not
you're an elderbear.
Oh, I got the gray. Yes, I am.
Why
an
is this
elderbear.
sticky?
Probably because it's jam.
D-
It's jam. We've been jammed. But anyways, if you're in the Washington area, check out Bob's Farm. I think it's Snoqualmie County. Does it say
Oh,
on
wait,
here?
that'll tell you. That'll tell you what was that.
Snohomish. Sorry, not Snoqualmie. Snohomish, Washington. And it's a fun place to spend a
Free
few hours.
parking, and then on top of it, you get on a hayride to go across the main road, and then you're into the pumpkin patch. I mean, like, it's really, really fun.
I wish we could show you some of our pumpkins because we don't get we got one huge one that somebody's supposed to carve. And then we got some ones that looked
I'm right on top of it, Rose.
we got some ones that looked very interesting. Other than that, what else? I went to RuPaul's Drag Race, whatever, Work the World tour a couple weeks ago with some of my friends.
A tour.
It was they're touring the world, and it was I think like Aquaria, Kim Chi, Valentina, Bob the drag queen hosted. I don't know. It was very enjoyable. It's about 2 hours of enjoyment. Really loud, but it was really fun. It was on Sunday. And other than that, I went to a Jeff Tweedy show with my
Loud in
friend
what way?
Dan. It was just loud. People were like really into it. They were a bit extra.
Mm.
And went to a Jeff Tweedy show with my friend Dan, who is the singer of Wilco, and that was very good. And that's all I have besides just working.
You know what? I'm going to move that camera because it's bugging me.
Do it. I'm going to sit here and take a sip out of the owl. It is delicious.
Because it's not centered.
What are you trying to center on? The pickles?
No, just there.
Good. I hope you liked our Andy Kaufman moment. Just trying to shake things around.
No, it was bugging me.
Do you have a ketchup for anybody?
Do I have ketchup?
With that, I'll say no.
So I've been doing some user studies. Y'all ought to check out your local area and try to do user studies. I've got some Amazon bucks coming.
Yay.
Which means I've got fabric that'll be bought.
If you remember last season, 3 months ago, whatever it was, we had a discussion. And it's on record because it's on YouTube.
Oh, if it's on the internet, you have to believe it.
Because Chip goes, no, I'm not going to buy any fabric. And we decided to January 1st. That lasted about a week and a half. But you know what? Good for you. I haven't bought anything new because I have been stash busting. I have all this great yarn that's just been sitting there. So I've just been... Why? Oh, you do not do it like that. You do not do it like that.
So anyway, go try and find in your local area, do some user studies, and you can get sometimes Starbucks cards, sometimes you can get whatever the company is, you can get some of their merch.
What's the main company that usually does that? Like on Facebook, they have Facebook. What's it called?
So in our local area in Seattle, it's Fieldworks. Actually, I did user testing for Fieldworks, and they had us going to BMW to set up an app that's kind of like Uber. Well, actually, it's kind of a mix-up. You could drive there. If you don't have a car, if you don't want to use your car and you just want to rent a car for a couple hours, you just sign up for the service, use your app to get into the car, and then pay for what you use. So I was doing user testing. I must have did like $1,000.
You did a lot, yeah.
It was like $1,000 I made for like maybe a week of like barely part-time work.
Yeah.
So it was good. That was almost 2 years ago.
That was a few years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
I was going to do a radio one radio study. And they asked me what stations I've listened to, and I told them, I usually don't listen to the radio, but I said these two. And they go, what about this one? I go, ooh, no, not that one. They go, oh, we don't need you. So I think it was for that station.
Ooh.
So I shouldn't have been honest, but I'm honest. There's some terrible radio out there, but whatever.
Do you know who I would love to user test for?
Who?
Red Bull.
Okay. You see if it gives you your dragon wings.
At work, they all know. They all call it my go-go juice.
Oh my God. You and Alessa Edwards are almost the same person.
That's okay. So if you guys ever want to have me in your town, one of my riders is sugar-free Red Bull.
Sugar-free Red Bull. He will be there, and he will be...
That's on my rider.
Roaring to go.
Now, that I could drink like right up until bed, and I'm, clear conscience. I can go to sleep.
I know, and I don't drink caffeine, and I can't fall asleep with the damn.
But if I tried one of those 5-hour energies, I mean, like, that's liquid crack.
That gives you the shakes.
I just, like, I'm like, I can't come down. Like, stop the world. But Red Bull, that's also my jam.
Are you going to try to finish that? This entire, finish 3 cans in an episode?
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Now, what does it mean when your right hand itches?
It means you're drinking too much Red Bull.
No. So if your left hand itches, it means you're going to pay money. Right hand means you're going to get money.
What's the grave one? When something happens, somebody's walking on your grave, what is that one?
When you get this chills.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
And when your ears are ringing, somebody's talking about you. Oh. My ears are constantly...
Well, stop starting crap. Nobody would talk about you.
No, seriously, I don't... it's my age, but, like, my ears are always ringing. Always.
Well, go get them checked.
Why? What are they going to say? Your ears are ringing.
I think they might tell you a little bit more detail than that.
No. And, like, that's why I can't go to the Cheesecake Factory, because it's just too freaking noisy in there, and I can't understand anything
Maybe the sound of
saying.
your own voice is starting to affect your own ears. Just kidding.
Uh-huh.
Let's get into the good stuff.
What good stuff?
The thing behind us. Look at this thing.
This thing?
Chip, you made that?
Well, honey, I'm still working on it.
it's like one of your own. It's like kind of your own creation, right? Okay, you can talk about it.
So no, I mean you're doing a good job.
Well, what he did.
No, so maybe more than a month ago, I started this thing. It had to be. It was still hot out.
Yeah,
it was still hot out. But this quilt is my Drunken Glass quilt, and it's entirely made of the Drunkard's Path. So every block in here is part of the Drunken Path. Now, the only thing that's not the Drunken Path are these circles. Those I actually used a circle AccuQuilt die, and then I sewed a solid. So I could have done more Drunkard's Path, but I was like, no, for these I used the entire so that it's more whole. It just, it was a different look, and I absolutely
great. Oh my gosh, he's off the chain.
What is this? If this was Grocery Girls, Georgia, we're podcasting.
Seamus, we're podcasting.
Yeah, so this ends up being 110 by 110, so it's a king size. No, actually I think it's 120 by 120, and it's king size. So now, I really, really like it, but it's going to be even better once it's quilted. And today only, is Bernina's zero. No. I'm not getting it, but
I ain't gonna hear it.
They have a long arm. Bernina has the long arm. I would kill to have this long arm. Well, not kill, but But no, I'll be doing this.
Today's Bernina's what? No finance?
No
sale
72
or something?
months, no finance. And what I'm saying is I get no free arm. Today only.
Today only, yeah.
Yeah, so
Those
I mean, like,
if he's so much.
If he's going to say something about me getting fabric, can you imagine what he would say if I came home with a long arm?
I would say, where's that going to fit when you're living in a car?
I don't have a car. I use the bus.
How are you going to live in that long arm? You better quilt yourself up a house real quick.
Yeah, so this is all pieced together, and I'm thinking not this coming week, but the following week I'm going to start quilting it. Oh, wait! I forgot something that's going on as you do your catch-up.
What?
Guess who's on vacation for 2 weeks?
Me!
Oh, that's so nice.
2 weeks off, and I think I'm either tomorrow or Monday. I think I'm going to head to the Oregon coast for no reason. I've never seen Cannon Beach, so I want to go there. I have no plan. This could be like the best, worst trip ever. Blame myself. I want to see Cannon Beach. I don't have a hotel, anything. I'd like to see Thorswell. Thought about Crater Lake, but I'm like, is that too far? It would be great if it was summertime because the sun goes down a lot later. But now since the sun's going down at like 6:30 or something, that kind of gets in my time. And I have a friend that lives in Bend. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, wait, slow down.
That's how excited I am.
You're on vacation.
Uh-huh.
Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Slow down.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so are you getting a hotel? I'm not off. I have to go to the JOB.
So I'm probably get a hotel. I might stumble in somewhere and give like a sob story, like, oh, I got nowhere to stay.
Oh my God.
What's the cheapest room? No, I would never do that. I thought about tent camping, but we've been watching a lot of murder documentaries on Netflix. Oh my God, they're so good. And they're like, all of them are like, oh, he or she just went down to the river to check something out about 8
She was going to sleep in her car.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden her leg's over there and her body's over there and the whole town's in an uproar. I don't want to put a whole town in that. If I disappear, I didn't want to disappear. This isn't like he's going to disappear and they don't find me.
We have
help.
We have a safe word and we have a so if something ever happens and I have to get a message to you, for you to know it's me, we have a word.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say that.
Do you guys have a word?
Yeah, you have to have a word, right?
Armageddon! Armageddon!
Yeah, so if you live in the Oregon area, I'll honk as I maybe pass your house or something.
Pinocchio.
Is that our word?
No, you know what our word is. I'm going to share it with Fan.
Well, no. I was like, I know what our word is. I don't know why you said Pinocchio.
Yeah, next thing you know, the Mean Girls are going to be...
they're already stalking us enough.
They're going to be like passing you a note at work.
I love the Mean Girls. They make me very happy. Anyways.
So lots of murder shows. Like, you need to watch The Keepers on Netflix.
Is that with the nun?
That was with the nun. It was like 1967.
Delicious.
A nun is murdered in, is it Boston or Pennsylvania?
Maryland.
Seamus, we're podcasting.
I think it was in Maryland.
Come here.
I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. I just got lost.
So it's good. So I'm like, I never usually like these things, but I guess it's like the time of year. I got my stories that I can start sewing.
Do people still call them stories? Like I don't, since I have a job, I don't hear anybody like, oh, I got to get home from my stories. Like my grandparents called them their stories,
yeah.
But I don't know if like grandparents now call them stories, or is that stuff still on, or what?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, what was funny is that I had a millennial friend who actually used that phrase.
Their stories?
They knew that phrase.
That's about all they know. Just kidding.
Aww.
I'm kidding.
What is Zach going to say?
Zach is a millennial, but he's great. I love all millennials. I work with some very pleasant ones.
You're a mean knitter.
I have not. Let's rewind just a little bit. You never even told the name of this.
I did.
Did you?
You weren't listening.
I don't remember you saying the name.
Drunken Glass. Zzz, rewind.
But I don't remember why you called it glass.
Well, because it's Allison Glass Fabrics 76 collection, and it's the Drunkard's Path.
Yes, and you put a bird on it. There's birds.
There's lots of birds.
There's birds on it.
There's quilt bling.
Quilt bling is awesome.
Yeah. And actually, I really... so the white is not looking all fancified right now, but once I have it quilted, it's going to be like amazing.
Yay!
I don't know how densely I want to quilt it, which means like how intricate I want to go, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited for you.
So Joann's actually had a 60% off coupon, and so I've got my batting, which...
And I bought one as well.
Yeah, and you bought one for me too. It was $65 regular price, so it was like $30 for that. I was like, yes! Wow! Yes, nice. So you're not going to be car camping.
No.
And you're not going to be tent camping.
I don't think I camp at all.
But you know what? There's always... I mean, like, what about Norman Bates?
Oh, God.
If you're going to go to a motel, you could get murdered there, too.
I'm like, does Mother live here? If she does, I'm not staying here.
What's your favorite Halloween, like, stories that you guys like to watch?
Ours is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Her movie. She has two movies, but one of them is far superior than the other, even though both are very good.
I just love the one-liners. Like, they're like dad jokes.
They're very dad jokes. But Elvira, and I love watching The Lost Boys this time of year as well.
The Lost Boys?
Lost Boys. That's a fine movie. I'm not into gore and horror. It's just...
Oh, I am.
I can't. I don't... No desire to be scared. I got enough issues on my own.
Oh, my God.
I don't need to see people getting...
Even if he sees a cartoon of them throwing up, this one...
I think that vomit should be banned from we can show people getting shot and stuff, but I think vomit, get it off my TV. Don't want to see it.
I think it's funny.
I think it's disgusting. Especially when you're eating. You're like, somebody...
Well, okay, so somebody at home is gonna be saying, well, then you shouldn't be watching TV when you eat.
I'm writing a letter.
It's during my story. I don't like to throw up during my story time.
I don't. I just think it's disgusting. Whatever. Okay. But good job. I'm excited for you to be finished. This is very sporadic today.
But I'm going to do the backing in this fabric.
The blue.
The blue. It's a chambray.
Nice. I'm glad you made that. I'm excited for it to be on the bed.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I liked the fabric so much that there's backup in my storage.
Okay. This room is almost filled now, so we're going to move into the bathroom soon with all your stuff.
My stuff?
Yeah.
We have a closet that's underneath our stairs that is nothing but guitars. Do you want to talk about it?
I haven't bought a guitar in years.
But how many do you have?
I don't know. That's not...
But how many do you have?
I have a couple.
Yeah. And then there's this whole drum kit that's in the garage.
2 drum kits in the garage.
There are 2?
Yes. One's just not set up.
Oh.
Might be 3. We do have a security system, so...
Seamus?
I love guitars and I love drums.
Yeah. So, like, don't even...
But I haven't bought it in years.
It's not the fact. You were talking about square footage.
Okay, true. Very true. You win, I lose.
Because your shirt doesn't say, I love guitars. It says...
No, yours says I love sewing.
Yes.
Mine says, the best knitters have beards. It's coming in very nicely.
What's her name?
Okay, ask me what I made.
Aaron, you made that?
Okay, finally. Get to the good stuff.
All right.
It's a little wrinkled because it's in the back of my car because I wore it last week. And I do not store things properly. I finished another dotted ray shawl, from Stephen West. This is made out of, I think it's called Chappelle, whatever, yarn. It's fingering. I held 2 strands, not 2 strands together, but I would alternate here for a little bit. Then I got tired of that, so I just started going strand by strand. Wasn't sure at first because orange is not usually my jam, but actually I am quite pleased. I made the medium sized.
I'm just thinking, like, we're just keep talking about jams and jellies.
Jams, it's that time of year, jams and jelly and pumpkin. So I am very happy with this. And let's see, I think it's good. It's not overly huge, so I can put my jacket on and I can get out there and get the day started. When I'm waiting, I drive to work, so it's not like I'm waiting for the bus or anything, but some days. But no, I am very happy with it. I'm very pleased. I blocked it and everything, but again, it's already wrinkled. So this is my Dotted Rays by Stephen West. Very excited about it. I think I used, 2 skeins, or hanks, or balls, because this one comes in balls. I know I've been corrected many times by, that's not a skein, that's a hank. That's not a hank, that's a skein. It's yarn. It was wrapped up in a ball.
And came with a receipt.
It came with a receipt. I spent money. I can call it what I want to call it.
You didn't.
No, I am very happy with it.
Did you catch that?
What happened?
You didn't.
I didn't what?
Spend money.
Oh, Chip bought me this yarn. Part of my not buying yarn thing. I said, you don't have to do that, honey. And he goes, no, I'm going to. So I've made dinner for him the last 7 years. And what's coming next? I don't even know how it happened.
What's coming next?
I sit on the couch. I grabbed some. When I took one knitting lesson at Aunt Joanne's a while ago, and that yarn was just kind of sitting there in my stash, and I was like, "What am I doing with this?" I was looking at patterns on Ravelry. All of a sudden, I looked down, and I created this thing, which is semi-cheesy, semi-adorable. Look at this little guy.
Oh.
Does it sit here? No,
No.
It just has to sit like this. So,
Here.
there was a pattern on Ravelry for this octopus toilet paper thing. The pattern just wasn't making sense. So.
Oh, he's sitting on his arms.
Yeah, this pattern wasn't making sense. I crocheted it up, whatever. So I reached out to Zach from... Zach, I always forget your podcast name.
That's because you're like this.
I know, because, it's, again, I think we said this before, it's Zach. Zach has a crochet podcast. He has amazing hair. He sits at the top of his little chair.
It's a big chair.
It is a huge chair.
He looks very petite in this
He
chair.
does. He gives you the lowdown. He's very good. Zach Stout, Crochet Podcast, something like that. If you put it in, you'll find it. But anyways, I was like, I'm having problems. He goes, maybe go up a hook size. So then I did that because it was just getting all wavy and gross. So I finally...
wait, slow down. So you have a friend. You made a friend. You never announced it. A friend. You got a friend. It's an octopus.
Got a friend in me. It's an octopus. So then I found a pattern of just how to make a flat circle with half double crochet. I used a 5.5 crochet hook, and people get confused about that because when I started watching crochet and knitting videos, I was watching English or Canadian videos, and they would always say 5.5, 6.5, 3.0. So when people actually say use an I hook or a J hook, I have no idea what that is. Knitting, they say use an 8 or 11. I don't know what that is either, so I go by millimeters. It probably doesn't make sense. Even my crochet class I was telling you about, when they said bring, I think it was like size 11 knitting needles, I actually bought like, I think 11 millimeter needles, and I showed up and I looked like an idiot. Whatever. So I found a crochet pattern for...
But you've got that under control now.
I got it out of control.
Okay.
So I knit a flat circle using half double crochets. Then when I got here, you knit through the back loop to start to go down. Then I just shoved the toilet paper in there and let it get down to the bottom. And these are all single crochets. I think I did 24 of them. Then come back up, slip 2, single crochet 24, slip 2. Then the pattern I did see had 2 buttons in that as eyes, and I looked at some of the comments, and somebody made these adorable little grumpy eyes. So I found a pattern on Ravelry, I wish I knew what the name was, that a lady made a Starbucks cup holder that was an octopus, and she made these grumpy eyes, and that's where I got the pattern.
That's really cute.
Have you ever seen those people of our generation, and maybe a little bit older than us, Star Trek, the episode The Trouble with Tribbles?
Mm-hmm.
They had these cute
with all the things that kept multiplying?
They kept on multiplying and kept on multiplying. Gang. Somebody saw it and said, hey, I want one. So I made one. I still got to put the thing knit in. Sorry. Still need to sew in the ends. And then this one's currently in the works.
Oh, I liked it. I like him. Oh,
and then I made this one for my friend Sam. She wanted green alien eyes. And then I thought, why not have another alien eyes? Can this be the cover of our thing?
Yeah.
So, look real quick. Okay.
So do it again.
Ready? Go.
Okay.
Okay. So, this is what happened. They're very quick to knit up. I don't even know how it happened. I'm not into making little stuffed funny animals or whatever. But, I mean, if you have some red heart laying around and some extra Charmin toilet paper, go to town.
You know what these are?
What?
Octeria.
Octeria, because they catch the bacteria in your bathroom.
Octerias.
This one doesn't even have the pupils yet, so it looks even more zombified.
Oh, but you know what? You could make little, if you didn't have the bottoms here, you could do little Frankensteins.
Oh,
like in the green one.
Yeah. Make a Frankenstein octopus, or just get rid of this little thing?
Yeah, you can make Frankenstein. So like maybe give him a black top.
Yeah, black top and come down and kind of somehow make everything.
Yeah.
But again, this is what's popping in Seattle.
Now he's looking like a reggae.
He's got, hey man. No, but that is what I have made for. You made that.
Octeria.
Octeria.
Isn't that the stuff that makes me go do?
The stuff that Jamie Lee Curtis advertises.
Yes. And everybody used to make fun that we go do Octeria.
I don't remember that part of the life, but I remember the Activia. I think they still make it. I don't know.
Activia.
That's something we don't need.
Yeah.
Besides that, what are you making?
I am making... Are you asking me?
I'm asking you. What are you making?
What are you making? All right, so... I was... Actually, that's kind of what slowed me down, too, is that... Remember, I was having a delay with my sewing machine. So, sewing machine's back, but while I was waiting, I was starting on my next project, so that's kind of like why I'm having 2 projects go on at the same time. And I just, it kind of got, the light bulb went off. Why knitters have so many projects going at one time?
Why is that?
Because knitting is boring. So you've got to have multiple projects going all the time. So like with sewing, you're always doing something new, right? So, guys, it's like you're sewing this, like, even in the same project, you're doing multiple things.
No, a machine is doing it for you.
I'm the master over the machine. You got a couple sticks. And you keep going in circles. So it's boring. So anyway, I'm not used to doing multiple... Oh! That was your phone.
This is going to be...
Oops.
This is going to be a fun episode.
Okay, so I am currently making... I don't even know what to call it yet, but it's part of the Rob Peter Pay Paul AccuQuilt. So you've got a X. Is it an X? I guess it's an X. So I've got these little centers. And then you've got the little peels that you have to do. So I put together 200. We're not even going to use that. I put together 200, of these little blocks, which was time consuming. So, like, I was like, oh, I did another 20. Oh, I did another 30. So it was, like, ongoing. I did a bunch of solids in all kinds of beautiful colors. But I'm telling you, I have never... Like, I love this fabric. It is by Lund Fabrics. The designers are Michael Mroka and Deborah Lund. They're the artists. And these are batiks that are made in Indonesia. So there's 20 different fabrics in all. And I really, seriously, I loved this so much. I had gotten fat quarters. Hold on. I had gotten fat quarters and was making, ended up using a half a yard of each of the 20 different fabrics. I loved it so much that I ended up getting a yard more of each because I would love to do this again. With the batiks, which is a waxed cotton.
That's my question. What's batik?
So it's a waxed cotton, and it holds its shape. So when you're working with it, it really holds its shape well. And especially because you're working with curves, you don't want something that's going to be all stretching out a lot. So there is definitely a learning curve. So like this was great practice in doing all of the curve work. And I was like, okay, well, let me keep this going. Again, 10,000 hours to master anything. And before you were a master, you're always a disaster.
It's true.
Yes.
Very true.
So, I don't know where we just heard that, but it's one of the podcasts. But I'm like, this is your favorite.
I like that one a lot. You passed it already, I think. Yeah, this one. But there's some pink in this one for some reason. The last one was like all orange, and that one has some pinkish colors, but I like that one a lot.
That's one of your favorites. And one of mine is actually this one. I love this fabric.
It's very Seahawks.
Yeah. And what I've learned too is that I'm really drawn to a lot of colors. Not, I don't care about a rainbow or like a pride or anything like that. It's just I'm really attracted to color. And so I've just enjoyed working with all of these. They've got these little rings. I love green, just like my bottle. And blue, green, and blue, and orangey, purple. And then you've got is that like an acid? That's like an acid yellow or an acid green.
Neonish, but not quite crazy neon.
And so more blue, and then it starts getting into that purple again. This reminds me of like fire or dragons. And then you've got orange, you've got more blue, more purple, and then this has got your red and orange.
That's Hellfire.
And then you've got more of a yellowy orange with some purple in it.
It reminds me of bottle cap tops.
And then
not bottle cap tops, but soda.
Yellow, kind of aqua. I mean, like, I just absolutely love this fabric because it's just so bright. It's just so, and especially living in Seattle, it's just, we're always gloomy, this time of year, and it's just nice to have this pop of color. So I'm making myself a couch quilt, which ended up growing. I was just meaning to do
two couches now.
It's terribly big. So it's Alexa, what is 13 times 7?
13 multiplied by 7 equals 91.
Okay, so this is going to end up, not including the binding, it's 91 by 91. So each of these will be finished 7-inch blocks. And I was looking at, like, I'm going to do solids and do a little pattern. So I whipped this up in EQ8. But then I realized I didn't have 20 blocks, 20 solids of different colors. I had 40. Then as we were trying to piece it together, we ended up realizing I don't need most of these, so this is gonna go to a different project. And it ended up, so originally I had it 14 by 14. So like it was growing into a king size quilt. But then I was like, let me pare it down. I don't need to use all the solids, like this. Remember, this was supposed to be for the sofa. And so, like, trying to arrange what the solids are. I have gone through so many iterations. Actually, on your phone that's on the floor. It didn't break.
Thank you for not breaking it.
So we took a picture of what we've got.
We'll probably insert it here.
No.
We won't insert it here.
We're going to use the... Oh, it doesn't show up that well.
That's why I said we should probably insert it.
Okay, so I'm arranging the colors, and I end up doing more with your help. I end up doing more stripes, like you were calling it color temperatures.
Yeah, temperature blanket kind of.
Yeah, so like a gradation, and so I'm still rearranging with the layout, but I'm really pleased with how it's coming up. So once I have the final arrangement, then I'm going to start sewing it together. Then I can get to the business of quilting it. But that's what I'm working on now.
How exciting.
Yep, that's what I'm making.
Nice. I'm excited for it to be completed and this one to be quilted.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yep, I got just all kinds of colors. Maybe I'll make
Can you make pillows or something, or
I can make like
Seamus a blanket?
Oh, that would be cute.
It would be cute.
I could make him a little blanket.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like to get under it unless it's really cold. But if there's a blanket, he will find it.
He's on it.
Yeah, I think I will make him a little kitty quilt.
Kitty quilt.
Little kitty quilt.
Nice.
Aaron?
Yeah.
What are you making?
I am making, let me see. I started the Marled Mania sweater by Stephen West. I feel like I'm on a Stephen West kick. I know there's other designers out there. I know all that good stuff. But for some reason, that's what's catching my eye lately. So here is the top, which I am completely finished with. And I'm getting ready to go into the actual section where you start putting in your marled colors. So this is kind of, I don't know if it's going to come in under here or not. It's a purplish color and some off-whitish. So the really dark purple is called, I think it's Corvallis Tonal, and the one is called Silverton. Excited about it. I think it's going to fit lovely. I did some short rows, and I want to say thank you to Jimmy, because I always use him as a lifeline for questions like that. Jimmy has the Ombre and Sheep Clothing podcast. He does it in Spanish and in English, and his stuff is...
Not ombre, ombre.
Ombre. Ombre? Did I say ombre?
Mm-hmm.
Ombre, sorry. Ombre in Sheep's Clothing.
Ombre is hungry. Ombre is brother.
See. I took German. So, I'd like to thank him and Rebecca from the Mean Girls podcast, because I also reached out to her, and she's like, here's what we're going to do, and same with Jimmy. So thank you both. So I'm at this point, and now I'm at the point that I start
Ooh, that's got
Kinda
some bulk.
doing. It is has some bulk. It's gonna be, I think, a heavy sweater. So I don't know which way I'm going to go, but here's what is in my head right now. I want to, I think, start with these two. One is kind of a speckled and one is not. And this one is, they're all knit picks. This one is Cosmic Speckle and this one is Willamette. And kind of like some bluish grays. I don't know if it's going to come out there very well. Then eventually I'll drop one and pick up some. Then it's going to be kind of a blue-purple thing going on here.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know if there might be too similar, though.
Is this going into this?
Yeah, it's going to start going down.
Ooh, I
way.
like that yellow. Show the yellow.
So, hold on. So, the blues are Springwater and Alberta Arts.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe
one
I
too.
lied because
like
this one might be Goose. Now these are getting mixed up, whatever. So, then I have this purple and green color, which I think will be pretty cool. And then I have a yellow, which might be too BAM!
No, I love
But it might be cool. But again, you hold like two of these together, you drop this one out, you pick up this one, you knit like a couple rows, then you come back to like, and keep on adding. I have a few more colors, but I think if I just keep on adding too many, it's going to be just too much. But it would be cool with this purple thing. So I'm just kind of playing around.
Are these all contenders or what they're definitely going to be in there?
I think that's what's definitely going to be in there. The whole purpose of the sweater is to use your scrap sock yarn, as I don't have scrap sock yarn. I ordered from Knit Picks, I think, a few months ago.
Before the ban.
Before the ban, just to get it together. But yeah, I've been kind of playing with, like, what would it look like if it went from this to this. So I'm a little nervous to start it because I don't want to get there and go, this is ugly, which I could just rip it out. But I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make it awesome. And everybody's going to win. I'm excited because I need another sweater. Because the thing about it is, I don't know where I'm going to wear these sweaters because my office is so gosh darn hot that you get in there and you just want to wear a tank top, literally. I don't know why. You get in your car in the morning, it's a little bit chilly, and you get to work, and I have a fan.
Yeah, but you have coworkers that in the middle of summer were still...
The girl in front of me, love her, has a little heater on all the time. And it's literally, I think, killing me. It's like a sauna in there.
So tell her she needs to move.
I need to tell her to get a Snuggie or something. I don't know. My legs are cold. Then don't wear skirts. Wear pants or something. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, the office is so... I'm excited to wear these sweaters, but I don't know where I'm going to wear them. But that is currently what I'm making. I don't have it with me, but for my car knitting, you know that bag you leave in the car in case you have doctor's appointments or whatever like that, I'm making another hatch hat.
You have one of those?
I think I'm making... What?
A car knit thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ta-da! So I'm making a hatch hat again. Last episode, I think I made the Klimt, because Klimt came into it, made the Klimt one, and this one I'm making in a not Malabrigo. Madeline Tosh, a blue color.
Wait a minute, is that what you take to knit night?
Yes, I took that to knit night as well, because I wanted to go to knit night a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't want to take this whole sweater, and I didn't have anything else to knit, so I started it there.
And you went last week too.
Yeah, I went last week.
Or this
no,
week?
I didn't go this week.
I thought you did.
I did not. I was here. You and your friend Mercedes went and got your nails done or something. I don't know. What it was.
No, we went to sushi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I stayed home.
Where you should be.
I wasn't feeling going out to midnight. I'm trying to go once every other week or something like that. I'm enjoying it. They're good guys. So.
I don't want to brag.
So what? Who cares? No. What, do you have any have-to-have-its?
Are you new here?
Yeah, I'm sure you got plenty of have-to-have-its because
Okay.
Chip is on is here like every week.
I love Chip is on. All right. So one was a gift from you
I got you that.
when you were putzing around before knit night.
It was. I went to a baseball game. Then I was walking back from Pioneer Square. There's a cute little fabric store there with a little bit of yarn. I forget what it's called. Dry Designs? Don't remember. Don't hold me to it. And I walked in and I said, hey, where are the men's patterns? And I only had two things, obviously, because the men's patterns just don't thrive anyway. And I saw this forearm men's pattern. I liked it, so I said, hey, here's a new pattern.
And this is a foreman's jacket, which I think looks a lot of fun. So I actually just, not exactly this, but I'll do this in a chambray of some sort. And I want something that has ease to it, but nothing that's like too crazy.
The packaging I liked. I think that's what sold me on it.
Yeah, Merchant & Mills is in the UK.
Oh, I thought they were Canadian. UK,
Nope,
probably. Okay.
UK. And yeah, so I'm gonna do this someday.
Yay.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so as you all know, I love AccuQuilt. I love my AccuQuilt. What's his name?
Who?
Your ex.
Eric.
Eric, thank you. I always call him Bottom Bear. I'm sorry. Anyway, he's the one who really got me into the AccuQuilt. And it was, well, how long ago was that? Spring?
It was whenever the quilt show was, which we're going to be at the quilt show, not like presenting here, but we're going to go to the quilt show on the 19th, right?
Yes.
Or 20th.
So
whatever that Saturday is.
So whatever that Saturday, a week
Puyallup.
from tomorrow.
Yeah,
a week from today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So next Saturday where is it?
Puyallup,
In
Washington.
Puyallup, Washington, at the State Fairgrounds.
Quilt Expo.
Quilt Expo.
Oh,
so
sure.
I'm very excited. I have just a couple of things that have to have.
I don't understand what else. This quilting hobby sounds expensive.
It is. It really is. But no, I want one of those small woolen mats that I'm not having to take up so much room that I don't have. Because you're so worried about square footage.
Sorry.
I want this little mat to do my ironing. That's one little thing that I know that I want.
Okay.
But anyway, so we're there. If you see us, say hi. We'll be glad to meet you. Hi, fan.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to see us.
No, nobody's going to see us. They're going to be like, oh, look, it's nice to see some guys here. So hopefully Eric... is Eric going to come?
I don't know. I know he's going, and our friend Dawn said she might go, but I don't know if
Anj
she's
said she might go.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Anj might go.
Yeah, so anyway, so that's next weekend. But anyway, Eric is the one who got me into the AccuQuilt, and it doesn't ever go on sale, hardly ever. So Joann's has been carrying it for a number of years, but they're no longer going to be carrying it. And their loss is your gain. It was my gain. So, like, I had the Drunkard's Path, but it was only the individual, like, one block. That's all it was. And it was like you have one of these and one of these. So now they had this, and this is normally $50. So I scooped it up. It didn't have a jacket, but it's brand new. So now I can I could have cut my time in half again.
Yes, you could have.
Not just the fabric, but I could have cut my time. Because this is all, like, you consider every piece. I mean, that was a lot of cutting to do.
So they're on clearance.
They're on clearance, closeout. Like, get rid of them, 50% off. So, like, now's the time. If you can go to your local Joann's. I know that it was back in August that they started. I didn't know about this, otherwise I would have hit them up a lot sooner.
Yeah.
I also found the Flying Geese. Yes, Flying Geese. And I found the Hunter's Star, the Hunter Star. This is one of the ones that I was considering for you.
For my quilt.
For your quilt. Also, the Churn Dash. And, like, I thought both of these are pretty masculine. So, like, maybe those could be contenders for your quilt.
Because I ooze masculinity.
Yeah, you do, Mr. Knitter. I got a couple of new mats. Like, these were like $7.
That's nice.
I mean, like, they were cheap. No, I got 2 of these for $7. Like, 1, 2, boom, done. Because you don't replace the actual die, you replace the cutting mats.
I've already been told to check out any Joann's in Oregon to see if they have any of these.
Yeah.
There's no tax in Oregon.
Exactly. Then, a couple of, this is actually for flowers, but they could be little thought bubbles. I thought was cute.
Clouds, maybe.
This would be more for applique work. Then, half square triangles. Who doesn't need those? So, like, again, and what I love is that I have the 8-inch cube for AccuQuilt, and this is the 4-inch, which would come in my kit. So this goes with the blocks that I already have, because they have 8-inch, 9-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch. And they might have a 6-inch too. I don't remember. But I have the 8-inch because anything that you like divide and you're doing partial piecing, it's easier just to have whole numbers. So like I think with the 9-inch block, you start getting to 3/4, and it's like, oh, I don't need all that. So this was $20. It's normally $40. Say what? I know, that's crazy. Got some hexies.
These are cute.
And a tumbler. So
That's a huge tumbler.
That's a huge tumbler. But you know, you can, oh, that's not good. I'll have to super glue that. It's like the little edges coming up. But again, none of these had the jackets. Like this had the protective cover. These, I don't know why they're out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because some kind
People
of deal.
are looking at them.
A deal if they're on clearance, they can't be in the jackets or something. I don't know.
No. But anyway, I'm not going to cry about it. So that was my Had to Habits.
Nice.
Okay. You knit pretty someday?
Oh, I have a few had to habits.
What?
That not yarn or anything like that, but if on my trip I'm gonna pick up some local yarns if I find something. But I want to show you some patterns I recently got.
Oh.
So if anybody watches the Quo podcast with Quaylen Stark, he just released the Regina beanie pattern inspired by the Mean Girls. It's a free pattern. It's up on Ravelry. I just want to mention that. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy to knit.
Is he the guy who does his podcast in the park?
Yes. When I first started watching him, he was mostly just all crochet, but now he's dabbling a little bit in both.
Delicious.
Yes, delicious. I liked him at first because he was kind of weird, kind of kooky, and that's what made me just kind of turn into him. And then I just keep on watching him, and he's doing some cool things now. He's doing patterns and all kinds of stuff. So the Regina beanie pattern, it is free on Ravelry right now, inspired by the Mean Girls. And everybody loves the Mean Girls movie.
What?
So not the Mean Girls from here, the podcast, the Mean Girls, the movie.
Oh.
Make sense? Yeah, so check it out. Also, I was watching, we follow Benjamin Matthew Designs on Instagram. And for one day, he just released this pattern. It is the 66 Triangles Cow. For one day only, he had it free. So I grabbed it up. And now I think it's $5.50, but it looks like a really cool pattern. It's 66 triangles. It kind of looks like little trees, but I wanted to share this with you as well. I think this might be my next knit.
It looks like flying geese.
It does look like flying geese. So yeah, I'm excited to check this out as well. And he has tons of other patterns up on Ravelry, which are really nice. I have not knit anything from him yet, so we will find out. The other thing I bought, I really now wish I would have bought the book. Everybody's talking about the new Tin Can Knits pattern book that came out. I bought the ebook. There's, I think, 14 patterns in it. And then it has all kinds of recipes and stuff of how you can make your own kind of fair out sweaters. It talks about gauge. It talks about different knitting. It talks about different sizes and everything. It is amazingly done. I haven't knit anything from it, but just reading through some of the stuff, it looks just awesome. What I would like to knit, hopefully someday, is the Marshland sweater, which is this one right here.
That's really gorgeous.
And it's so amazing. Again, I wish I would have bought the book, but I think I started
The hard
the
book.
Yeah, the hard book was $28, I think, on the website, but then shipping or something was out of control, and that's why I said no. But I think they're going to be in our local yarn stores anyway.
Are they Canadian?
I don't know where they're from. But I know most of these pictures were taken in Iceland. I know they're not from Iceland, but they went there. So that's one I want to do. Here's just another picture. I think the whole ebook was I don't know why I keep on making these weird eye things. The whole ebook was about $22, I think. And it just comes with so much stuff. It comes with all the patterns, all the graphs, recipes, gives you instructions how to do things. Here's a really cool hat that you can do. The fleet hat.
That's unfortunate. Why would they do that?
Fleet hat. I have no words. Some of our viewers will go, huh? And some will be giggling to themselves right now. You know who you are. Then this one's a Mountain Mist, which maybe I'd like to try this one as well. This one looks really cool.
I like the lighthouse.
Ooh, I like the lighthouse as well. So no, I think they're really cool. Pick up the book if you can, or download the pattern. This is all I've had to have. 2 of these were free. This one was $22, so I'm good. That's me. I got nothing. That's it.
I don't have any me so pretty someday because
you're working on stuff.
Because I'm working on stuff, and I can't think that far ahead. I have Chris's quilt that I'm gonna have to do.
By Christmas.
Who knows? Let's be real.
It's been a year already.
No, you know what I'm gonna have to do? G is for gifting. Levi WTF Knitting is doing G is for gifting, and you can enter. I could enter because he's saying it's not just. It's like he wants you to gift something that you're making. So he said it could be knitting, it could be crocheting, it could be sewing, and that he said. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I'm gonna enter that because I want to win something.
I want to win something too. I forget what the stipulations were. We can give you more information next time, or you can look at WTF Knitting's website or podcast.
I think it was like episode
but I know
number
it can't
32.
Be like, hey, I knit a washcloth that's this big. I mean, that's not.
No, that's lame.
Yeah, that put some effort into it, people.
That's what he said. He was like, if you're gonna make like baby socks for somebody, you might want to make a couple of pairs, but I mean, like make it like stretch your neck out.
Yeah. I mean, it's
but
something you'd want to receive.
G is for gifting, and that's at WTF Knitting. So I'm gonna enter that, and so like, I keep nagging you, like, hey,
about anything or
about life.
Yeah, every day.
About dinner.
Dinner.
Yeah. What are we having for dinner?
Oh my god, I don't know. Let's go on.
I want some Asian.
What are you nagging me about?
Because I keep saying you need to go through my stash. Like, unless I put the fabric under your nose, you're not guiding me towards what.
Because I'm afraid to go into your stash. I may be crushed.
There was the avalanche.
There was many avalanches.
Listen, if the cat is fine, look at the size of you.
Are you sure you're okay? There's no more secrets or anything? There's no hidden bat cave in there or anything?
Bat cave? What's a bat cave?
Where you keep more fabric.
Oh. No, actually underneath the porch.
Oh, gosh.
In the back.
I pointed out many things. You're like, oh, then you bring me another option. I'm like, no, I already said this option.
No. Because then you're like, oh, but I like this better. So we need to hone in on like what would be, because I'm going to enter this contest.
If I draw something and give it to you and I say, make it happen, would it happen?
Draw something?
Like a pattern.
How are you going to draw something and say, oh, I want this?
I have hands here. Why would I be drawing with my elbows?
Because they're short.
My arms are a normal length. It's my hands. They're kind of small.
Why are you going to get on the Electric Quilt 8?
I would love to play around with the Electric Quilt 8.
The software.
What other Electric Quilt 8
I'm
is there?
helping
Is there
the
a
friends
new,
at home.
Is there a new band out there called
I'm-
Electric Quilt 8?
I'm helping the friends at home.
Oh, EQ8. Tell me more about it.
Thanks for asking. So it is a really great software program that's great. It's compatible with Mac or Windows. And you could design your own quilt.
I feel like this is a plug and we're not getting paid
We're
for
not getting paid for it.
I hate when you watch YouTube videos and so all of a sudden it's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Hey, have you guys tried these crackers? It's like you were just talking about losing your dog in like an accident, and all of a sudden you're talking about these crackers. Like,
No, it's like the Biggest Loser on NBC years ago. They would say, you know what? Hey, Aaron. You know
hey, what, Bob?
You know what really is going to curb your appetite?
What's that?
Try this Trident gum. It really.
Oh my gosh, I am so not craving steak and carbs right now. Thanks. This gum is amazing. It doesn't work. I've tried it.
So, friends, you got to try Electric Quilt 8, or I like to call it EQ8, and you could design your
Something I
own
like to
personal
call it.
quilt.
No, I think it's cool. I will try it.
And maybe you could try designing something for your feral. Is it feral?
Will Ferrell, knitting.
No, like feral cats.
Better than sterile.
Feral knitting.
Yeah, Fair Isle.
Wait, do they do feral crochet?
Yeah, you can Fair Isle anything.
Where's the island come from?
Some island of fair.
Okay.
Some Norwegian thing, I'm assuming.
All right.
You know what? Maybe next episode we can do some research on what actually Fair Isle means. That is ship work.
No. You know what? If you guys know the history of Fair Isle, tell us in the comments.
Yes. I mean, just like the Aran sweaters, I know those are built from like what the Aran Islands, and they would send the ships out, and everybody had their own design. So if somebody died or something, that identified them by their sweater, I think it is. I don't think I just made that up.
I wonder,
No.
was that their secret word?
Their sweater was their secret word.
Oh, what did it have? A white cross and some yellow in it? That was Bob.
That's probably the way it worked. And it was probably Robert at the time.
Bubby.
Bobby. Bobby B! Okay. That's enough
All right.
of that.
I don't really got anything else.
That's
do you?
it. That's all I got.
If you're going to be in Washington, in Tacoma? Puyallup. Come to the fairgrounds next weekend for the quilt fair. And there'll be a little bit of yarn, not a lot, but there'll be a little bit of yarn. I know that they probably have classes. They have all kinds of merch and like ideas. I'm going to be checking out a long arm that I'm not allowed to buy.
You can do what you want. I just don't know where you're going to live.
Hey, Carrie, in the Creative Obsession in Portland, I'm coming to get your long
Oh
arm.
my gosh. We're going to make a weekend out of it.
There's got to be somebody at home who's like, you know what? Hey, Chip, pay for shipping. We'll send you our long arm.
I don't know what world you're living in.
Maybe it's Bernina. They have the Q20 or the Q24. I want the Q24. It's only the price of a car.
Why don't you get a car first?
No, I want to drive that quilting machine.
Yeah, but I want to stop driving you to and from the bus stop.
Oh, please, you do it once a month. I have to feign stomach pains just to see if you can pick me up in the afternoon.
That's incorrect. With that, we're going to go. Thank you for coming into season 2.
Thanks for seeing us.
Eventually, we're going to have a logo, maybe a theme song. I don't know. Who cares? Whatever.
Or a background.
Yeah. New background. Coming soon. All right. Thank you.
We'll see you next
soon.
time. Bye.
Bye.
What do you mean driving me to the bus stop?
Oh, my gosh. All the time.
I want the damn machine.
Oh, my gosh.